Hi everybody, I'm Martha with SILCA, and welcome to another episode of Ask the Expert. Today I'm going to show you how to swap out your check valve on the Super Pista Ultimate pump. So your check valve is a little pin that's located right here on your pump on the inside, and it is what keeps the air from flowing back through your hose up into the pump. So if you're needing to change out your check valve, a lot of times this will present itself by when you attach your chuck to your valve stem, the handle raising by itself. So at that point, it would be a good time to open up your pump, maybe clean off your check valve, and consider replacing it. All right, so the first thing you're going to need to do to access your check valve is to take off the base of the pump. Now, there's a little pin that's located in the check valve body, which is this part right here, and it rests inside of a notch on the base of your pump. So whenever you take off your base, you're going to need to make sure to hold both of these parts together so they don't move independently of each other and shear off that little pin. So the first thing I'm going to do is hold on tight, and then I'm going to grab my 6mm Allen key and remove this bolt. Now mine's a little bit rusty, so it's going to take quite a bit of elbow grease for me to get it off, but yours will probably be a little bit easier. So yeah, just make sure you're holding tight, just in case yours is hard to get off. Alright, so now that I have this bolt removed, I can take off the base of the pump. Now you can see the little pin that I was talking about right there. So your check valve is located right here in this hole. So before you can access it, there's actually another bolt inside that you'll need to remove. Now that one is compatible with a 5mm Allen key, so I'm going to take mine here and remove that. Ooh, looks like this one's pretty secure as well, so I'm going to need a little bit of elbow grease. Ooh, there we go. Alright. So this one is red. If your pump's a little bit newer, it's going to be a black piece. That's going to look something like this. So now that that bolt is removed, you have access to your check valve. To get it out, all you're going to need to do is tilt your pump right side up. Ah, there it comes. Okay, so your check valve consists of a brass pin and a spring. I'll show that to you now. This is mine. So if you're having an issue with your check valve, it could just be that this part has a little bit of dirt built up onto it. So you can always just clean it off with a gear wipe to remove that, reinstall it, and see if that resolves the situation. But if this pin is bent in any way, or if it's corroded or rusted, then you would definitely need to install a replacement. So I'm going to show you how to do that now. I have my new check valve here, and to install it, all you're going to do is reverse the process. So I'm going to install it so that the pointed end of the check valve is facing up towards the handle. So I'm just going to flip my pump upside down and drop it into place, just like that. So now I'm going to install this bolt that I removed earlier. Now, when you're installing it, you just want to make sure you don't over tighten it. If you tighten it past the point of resistance, then you'll find that your check valve bends and you'll need to replace it again. So I'm just going to tighten it until I feel a little bit of resistance, and I'm going to stop. And then I'm going to put the base back into place. Now again, keep in mind you don't want to shear the pin off. So you're just going to make sure you're holding the two parts of the pump so they don't move independently of each other. So you can do this by grabbing the gauge and the base at the same time. Alright, so now I'll just put the bolt back into place. Now again, this pump's a little bit older, so this bolt's a little bit harder to secure. You may not need to use quite as much force as I do, but make sure it's good and tight. There we go. Perfect. So that's how you install a new check valve on your Super Pista Ultimate pump. If you have any other questions or ideas for a video, leave them in the comment section below.